Lesson 37 Shoju and Shakubuku, the methods of Kosen RUFU are Buddhism propagation. What does they consist of? The method of Shoju. Its definition: Shoju, the homeopathic method. Shoju, Japanese term, is the method which consists of expounding the teaching of the Lotus Sutra without directly questioning the teachings of one's interlocutor and thus gradually leading him to embrace the dharma of the single vehicle. If one masters the dharma of the Buddha and his faith, the teachings distilled in homeopathic doses with great patience in the mind of one's interlocutor will eventually hit the mark. Shoju, the geometric locus of peaceful practices. Shoju corresponds to the peaceful practices described in the Lotus Sutra. Regarding Shoju, citing a passage from the Annotations on the Nirvana Sutra, in the Kaimoku-sho the Daishonin writes, "The monks and laymen who uphold the law must first of all adopt the proper state of mind. They should pay no attention to minor details, hold fast to the principles, and thus propagate the Lotus Sutra." It is thus stated, in this sutra, that it is not necessary for the upholders of the correct teaching to abide by trivial regulations. It is also stated that there is no need to follow the rules of correct conduct. In the past, times were peaceful and the law was propagated throughout the country. It was appropriate then to observe the precepts and not to carry sticks. The peaceful practices are summarized as peaceful actions, peaceful thoughts, peaceful vows, peaceful words. What is Shakubuku? The method of Shakubuku described by the Lotus Sutra was systematized by the Great Master Tnta, 538-595, in the Makan Shikan. Shakubuku, a Japanese term that comes from shaku, to conquer, and buku, to subdue, consists of bluntly and unequivocally expounding the one vehicle of the Lotus Sutra while rejecting, if necessary, the teachings contra sutrasis lotus teachings that are not in conformity with the Lotus Sutra. Nichiren Daishonin, quoting the Great Master Tnta, tells us that the practice of the Lotus Sutra is Shakubuku, the refutation of the provisional teachings. Following the footsteps of these great masters, President Ikeda states, Shakubuku, the act of sharing the supreme law of Nam-myoho Renge-kyo with other, is a fundamental spiritual struggle to conquer and subdue the fundamental darkness or negativity inherent in human life that plunges man into suffering and distress. When the power of good is weak, the power of evil intensifies. If such a situation were to prevail, happiness and enlightenment would remain elusive. This is why we must uphold and proclaim the correct teaching with the courage of a lion.